Hello, how are you? I hope you're keeping well. I hope you're keeping safe. And I hope you are excited about getting your business to a maturity level. Now, is your business an infant? Or is it an adolescent? Or is it a mature adult? You will find out by the end of this video. So stay tuned. Now, last week, we talked about the qualities of a mature business. We talked about the fact that a mature business is dependent on systems rather than on people, and we talked about the fact that business owners are normally not the producers. Now today, I'd like us to figure out where we are, or rather where our businesses are on the maturity scale. Now, Michael Gerber says there are 3 phases of business. He says there's infancy, there's adolescent stage or phase, and then there is the maturity phase. And Chuck Blakeman says there are 7 stages within business. They're very related, but today, for the purposes of this video, I will focus more on the 7 stages of business. Now, stage 1 is startup, the startup stage. Wow, I mean, I can remember it like it was yesterday. For me, that was in 2009. And this is the stage where you dream about what your business would look like. You come up with lovely plans. You can visualize. Even when you go to bed, you're just thinking, oh, this is how my business is going to do. It's a lovely phase, lovely phase. It's a sweet, I love it. And then there's stage 2, which is what Chuck Blakeman calls survival. Just from the word itself, which is what a lot of event planners are doing now, is surviving. The survival stage is not really nice. This is where, you realize that despite the fact that you were dreaming and you had built up all these plans in your head, that business is actually tough, it's hard, you have expenses, okay? And you're only able to cover those expenses because you're using up your savings, or you probably took a loan or something like that, and the business is still not getting any income, and so you're not able to cover your expenses, and so it's stressful and it can get really discouraging. And if you don't have a passion for what you do, it's very easy to give up at stage 2 level. And it's really hard. I remember, I think this was when I quit my job, because when I started my business in events, I had a job and I did it on the side until I was able to now I think I had 3 bookings within 1 month, and I thought, no, I'm not gonna help any bride by having a job and still having 3 weddings in 1 month. So I decided to resign. And after I did the weddings it was August, I did 3 weddings in August, I had 4 months of complete silence. I mean, I must have thought of giving up so many times. So that's the survival stage, all right? Stage 3 is called the subsistence stage. This is where you actually start breaking even. That is, whatever income comes into the business, is able to cover the expenses within your business. So you're breaking even. And not only are you breaking even, but you're doing it regularly. Oh my God, you feel like, now I can breathe. It's a really good feeling. You're even actually able to pay yourself something little, something small, whatever it is. But the point is, your expenses are covered and you're not going into your savings. You're not going outside the business to handle any expenses within your business. So it's a good phase. I mean, it's definitely better, as far as I'm concerned. It's definitely better than the survival stage. All right. Stage 4 is the stability stage. Guys, this stage is awesome. This is where the business is not only breaking even, but the business is also making profit. Guys, this is wonderful. When you can make profit and you've paid you've paid your assistant, and you've paid maybe your internet supplier, you've paid the cleaner, you've done everything, and now you still have a chunk of money left in your account. You're like, yes! And for me, it could probably be, I can buy a pair of shoes, or I can get some lovely dress or outfit that I've always wanted. So it's a good phase because there's a lot more profit. you can travel, you can even start making some savings even. It's a very nice phase to be at. It's a good stage, but it's important not to stay there. And that's why I like Chuck Blakeman's book. He says, look, as tempting as it is, do not stay there. Keep working towards getting towards the 7th stage. All right, and he gives us now stage 5, which is called success. Now, stage 5, this success stage is where you not only make profits, but you have other producers in your business. So if you're an event planner, it means you have other event planners who are able to run with events within your business, and that allows you to choose which responsibility to take. So you can decide to provide vision, you can decide to handle more strategic elements of the business. And I think this is exciting because as you grow older, and as you keep doing a lot of events, the events keep kind of start getting monotonous, and you really need something to give you that oomph, and you need to keep researching and developing your business. So getting to stage 5 for me is really good because it allows you to do that, and I can't explain it. It's wonderful. Now I got to stage 5. I got to stage 5 where I was actually making profit, and and I had other planners working for me. I think I had 4. And so this for me is wonderful. But the only problem with this stage is that you can actually think you have arrived. And if you were like me in, was it 2016, 2017, I actually thought I had arrived. And if you watch some of my previous videos, you'll remember how I said that, I was getting the deals and things were going well, and before I knew it, I started letting some things fall, and therefore I ended up going back to stage 4. Or was it stage 3? I think it was actually stage 4. And now you kind of have to start working at it again. The good thing about business, it's cyclic. So if you find yourself in stage 3, you just have to keep working to get to the next stage. And now when you get to stage 6 is what we call significance. Even the name is awesome. It's a wonderful stage to be at because this is where you now have management in place. For me, I look at this as having managers in place. So if you have an event planning business, it means that you have your planners, you have someone in charge of finances or accounts, you have someone in charge of sales, and then you can probably choose a particular area or function that you would like to do. So it's good. But then again, this is having managers or saying I have, and you don't even have to say managers. It could be I have someone in charge of this, I have someone in charge of that, I have someone in charge of another function. And when you have these people in charge of different functions, it gives you some sense of false maturity, and you think that now my business is mature and I have arrived. This is the point. Chuck Blakeman says this is not the time to relax because they're in place, but they're not in charge. There's still a lot of training. You have to make sure that you make that the managers buy into your vision, that they understand exactly what it is that you want them to achieve. So you still need to be, within the business. Only the difference is that you don't need to be involved in the day-to-day. Now, this is not the time, event planners, for you to take holidays that are 1 month long, like 3 times a year. No, you still need to be within the business to give the guidance. Stage 7 is succession. Now in succession, this is where you now have management in charge. Your managers and the people you've left to handle different functions within your business are in charge of the business. They understand your vision and they have ownership over that business. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you get to this level, because I haven't yet, this will be amazing. And you can imagine not necessarily having to go to the office all the time, and you work with the manager that you've placed, your general manager, or I don't know, somebody else and you're able to meet them and you're literally looking at the reports at the end of the month, or it could be every week, depending on what you want to do. And even at this stage might be a good time to maybe delve into another business. You know, if there's anything that this pandemic has taught me, is that you need to have multiple streams of income. So if you get to stage 7, this is probably the time not to go and yes, you can have a holiday, but it's also the time to get into another business and see if you want to invest into another business, right? So those are the 7 stages of business. We have startup, stage 1, stage 2 is survival, stage 3, subsistence, stage 4, stability, stage 5, success, stage 6, significance, and stage 7, succession. So with those 7 S's and those 7 stages, I ask you, where do you stand? Where is your business? Is it an infant? And an infant could be probably startup and survival, or is it an adolescent, which I think is more of subsistence, or is it a mature business, which could either be significance, succession, or even success? Where do you stand? I'd love to hear from you. I'd like to know exactly where your business is, and so please share, give us a few comments, send us an email, or better still, inbox us on our Facebook page, Majestic Events Kenya. And if you need someone to help you identify where you are, because you can't really move or start moving towards maturity if you really don't know where you are right now. If you need help, please send us an inbox and I can have a consultation session with you and we can figure out this journey together.